How do appraisals work? What's that process?
The question, Hannah, so how do appraisals work? So how do appraisals get done? I'm a loan officer. I do mortgages. However, I do take classes on appraisals, even though I'm not an appraiser. Hannah, why in the world would I, as a loan officer, actually pull out the USPAP guidelines, which is the Uniform Standards of Professional Appraisal Practices? Why would I read the guideline book that appraisers have to follow? And the answer is simple. Appraisals affect my job. And if something out there affects my job, I want to know about it. I don't want to know about it from Googling stuff. I want to read it straight from the horse's mouth, and that's the handbook, okay? Appraisals use a methodology to arrive at the value. It's called the sales comparison approach. There's three ways, Hannah, that appraisers can determine value. There's the income approach, there's the cost approach, and there's the sales comparison approach. In the mortgage industry, appraisers use the sales comparison approach to arrive at the value of the home. That's a very specific approach that is used to determine what the value of the home is. So in the world of appraising, that's the approach that's used. That's how they are done. Appraisers at the end of the day are not home inspectors. Hannah, I can't stress this enough. A lot of people use the word inspection for the appraisal. An appraisal is not an inspection. It is absolutely not an inspection. A home inspector doing a home inspection is at the house for 3 hours. Hannah, an appraiser is at the house for 15 to 20 minutes, okay? If you're at a house for 15 to 20 minutes, people watching, you tell me how deep of an inspection can you do on a house? So I know there's people out there who've done this job for 30 years. I'm at 23 years. So see, sometimes I get to, see what's good, Hannah? Hannah, you're gonna say getting old is not a good thing, okay? Here's why it's good to start getting up there in years. Is I finally get to sit here. When I was like 6 years in, Hannah, I'd be like, I've done this for 6 years, but I've read the guidelines, right?
Right.
And I'd get people say, Hesh, but it's still only 6 years. And I was like, man, I wonder what, so one day comes when I'm in 20 years.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 23 years in. Yeah. Here's the good thing about experience.
You've earned it.
You've earned it through something, right? Okay.
Right.
So you've got to learn how these are done and what processes are followed and the manual that they follow. Appraisers use the sales comparison approach, period, end of story. There's a method, there's a system to that. I won't go through it on this video, but ultimately that's the process that appraisers use today to appraise houses for mortgage lending. Excellent question as usual.
Thank you.